DJ Lundy, my man, how are we?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Like I said when we were kind of chit-chatting, I don't know where to start going forward. I mean, you're one of the last guys that's really seen the climb. I mean, you've seen the whole thing from the
Whole
start
process,
in 2020.
Yeah, man.
Let's just start with that, man. Like, how different is it now feeling like y'all are at the top of college football headed into a season versus where y'all were when you first got here in 2020?
I mean, it's completely different. The atmosphere around us, just all of us. I say when I first got here, the buy-in, it wasn't near as what it is now. Now everybody's bought in, and we know Coach Norvell know what he's talking about, and we know if we listen to him, we'll get results. And he loves his players, man. So we know we'll go to war for that, man.
Is there ever like a thing that you look back on and that at the time coach either did or said where y'all were like, man, this guy's crazy, that once it kind of proved itself and you're like, oh no, actually we're winning games, there's something to this that like specifically sticks out in your head?
I mean, to be honest with you, I always thought Coach Norvell, he kind of crazy. I mean, it's 5:45 in the morning and he telling you good morning loud as he can at the top of his lungs, you know, and wake you up
Screaming
when you sleep, screaming. But just, I mean, I'd probably say, I don't know, man, just the stuff he preached, like the special teams, the little things. At first, I can say I was a little iffy, but just now, he got me 110%. I listen to anything he say because we got some good coaches on our staff, and they love what they do.
How cool is it for a guy like you, and then we'll grab questions from the chat, but how cool is it for a guy like you under a coach to be used so versatilely, right? Like, I mean, we look back at the Boston College game last year, right, where you got an interception on one drive, and then on the drive that got down to the red zone, they hand it to you to punch it in. And being on a team that kind of maximizes your talents like that, and how creatively coach really uses all the players on the roster.
I mean, it just makes you feel good, man. You know, if you train, you put yourself in shape. You know, he told me if I got in shape to play both sides, he would give me the opportunity to see what I could do. And when we was in practice, I made the most of it and showed him that I can do something with the balls in my hands, and I earned his trust, and he called it in the game. But anytime we got that in the game plan, I'm on edge and I'm ready, because if he give me an opportunity, I'm going to cash in.
So when NCAA 2025, the video game comes out in a few weeks, are you putting DJ Lundy at fullback a few times when you play it?
I'm at running back.
You're going to let yourself run around the outside?
Back. Yeah, I'm at running back.
Full outside zone?
Put LT somebody at fullback.
I love it, man. We got some questions coming in. Briley wants to know, is there a sense among the players that some guys are poised to take a big step this summer if y'all get the absolute most out of player-run workouts? So, yeah, who's poised to take, you think, the biggest like next steps this summer, and who's taking on the biggest leadership roles in the player-led workouts?
So we got a lot of guys that I think are poised to make the next step. As far as leadership roles, I say Shaheem Brown, which y'all know, he's having an increased leadership role. Joshua Former, Patrick Payton, who else? Azarie. Those are just names that first come up when I think of people who last year wasn't as vocal as they is now. But those guys, like, they're making their presence known, and you can tell that they bought in. We all holding each other accountable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, I mean, y'all have a lot of it's like we lost a lot of guys last year, but, a lot of the guys that are filling their roles, it's not like they're brand new. I mean, they're folks like yourself. You're going into your 5th year, and while, Tatum and D'Lo move on, I mean, you've played a lot of snaps here at Florida State, and, how quickly have you, or I guess more so, what have you done to kind of get the guys like Sean and Juice and the younger guys kind of up to that next level now that you're the older guy in the room?
Well, I say a lot of it, they took it upon themselves. I mean, they know, just like everybody else know, we lost 2 guys who went to the NFL. So we need linebackers to play, and all of them boys want to play, and they all know they compete against each other. So we all just use each other to compete. We really push each other. We work out outside of workouts. Just constant competition, man, because we got some big roles to fill, but we got the people to do it as well. Yeah. So we look forward to that challenge.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what y'all's room does. I'm sure we'll get more questions about it, but just from talking to all y'all,
we get a lot of people think our linebacker room, we need other linebackers, but I love the guys we got, and we're gonna step up and we're gonna show people what we can do.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait to see it. Now, Greg's got a question. James B, we will have Super Chat next week. Folks, the YouTube algorithm, if you want to help, make sure you're liking the video and all that. Super Chat, actually, they mailed me a thing and hard mail to the office to verify. It'll be done by next week, but let's get the view count up. Greg Turner wants to know, are you still an elite wrestler?
Ask Jerry Verse. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't even have a witty response to that. We're going to let that one speak for itself. What's the one thing you learned from Tatum or Kalen that you'll bring to lead the linebacker room? And what's one original thing that comes from DJ Lundy that you want to pass down to the younger guys?
I'll tell you one thing I learned from both of them. One thing I learned from D-Lo is, like, I got here. He was here a year before me, but it's like we kind of started off the same. Like, we really wasn't playing much. But just seeing the way he took on that role and how vocal he became, because the year before that he wasn't nothing like that. But the next year he was vocal. He was getting guys lined up. You can tell that he had really took it upon himself to take the next step. And he really pushed that issue on himself. And seeing how that paid out for him, the way he carried himself, the plays he made, it just motivated me. And, like, I can do that same thing. Just got to really be vocal and, be uncomfortable a little bit. So seeing that from him, that really helped me. And I say with Tatum, I learned, like, Tatum more of a smart guy. Like, his preparation, I took a lot of that from Tatum. He's always locked into film study. And Tatum also really good about taking care of his body. So now the rehab and stuff, being in the training room, I got all that from Tatum because he always did extra care on his groins and stuff. Those was probably the biggest two I took from them.
Were you part of the Outback Wing crew?
Oh, yeah.
Is that tradition going to continue? Or?
I did it sometimes, but nah.
Okay. Just curious.
Nah, I'm more of I like to eat fish.
You're a fish guy?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of fish? You guys
salmon. I eat salmon on game day.
That's like the game day go. You keep you. Okay. I like that. Glenn wants to know, go a few ways to this. What's a question you rarely get asked that you wish you were asked more?
That's a good question. I say probably about my running back times, back in high school. I really like running the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, so did you play full on halfback in high school?
Really, I played running back up until my senior year of high school. So my senior year of high school was my first year playing linebacker. Other than that, I've always played running back. So, it was kind of an adjustment, but now, I like it. But it still ain't nothing like running the ball, though.
So
touchdown.
It's interesting because Blake Nicholson was kind of the same way, right? Like I know he mostly played running back, and I think he said going into his junior year is when he was at camps and they started to move him. What kind of advice have you been able to maybe give him as a running back that converted over for college?
Just really, playing running back kind of helps you playing linebacker because, like, the same way they see the hole and hit the hole at linebacker, you can see the hole when it open up too. So really just going off of, like, really instinct. If you've been running the ball, when you see a hole, that's where the running back gonna go. So if you can meet him in the hole, or beat him to the hole, you can make you a play. So I say really just taking what you learn from running back and applying it to linebacker.
Makes sense, man. So last one, then we'll get you out of here. James B wants to know, DJ, where do you feel like you've improved the most in your game, and what do you want to improve on most in fall camp?
I say I improved the most, probably patience and, like, pre-play, knowing what's coming and what the offense is trying to do, and even in route concepts and when I'm covering people, being more patient, knowing where my help is and stuff of that nature. And the biggest thing I'm trying to work on right now probably is, for one, my communication and just really just being the smartest linebacker I can be, trying to get an edge. I want to be able to know what play coming for it comes. So really just my preparation is my biggest focus.
Makes sense, man. All right, so last one from Hannah. Is there a team you're most looking forward to playing this season?
I'd say Clemson and Florida.
Okay. Gonna have a repeat of last year, beat both the same season?
That's the standard.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, man, we appreciate you coming by tonight, being on our live show. Thanks for swinging by, and we're fired up to see what happens on the field, see the linebacker room this year, and hopefully some more DJ Lundy touchdowns.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Thanks a lot, man.